right into this with this little segment I got here. On the news today also, besides Iran and Russia and all this stuff, on the news today this is flooding CNN and the left-wing news media, the mainstream news media, the fake news. I've got a headline here at ABC News, and I'm going to play the video clip in just a second. It says, Trump says he may not alert FBI if info is offered by foreigners on 2020 candidates. Now, he doesn't need to alert the FBI unless it pertains to something that's, that's criminal worthy or something like that could harm or could be treasonous to the country. Something that could actually implement danger to us and to the candidates, something like that. Other than that, it's called dirt digging. Folks, it's dirt digging. If you don't remember, I'm just going to let everyone have this in their heads from now on. Adam Schiff, last year, had two pranksters, guys who pretend to be Russian pranksters, call his office, and said they had incriminating information on President Trump about him, what was it, with naked women and Trump, something stupid as hell. And Adam Schiff fell for. Point is, Adam Schiff fell for it, and he took it in. He was like, "Okay, yes, I'll look straight into that." My God, yeah. And he was sitting there, like, it sounded like he was like listening, writing down notes, like, and wanted his name and everything, and he believed it. I mean, he took it. It made national news all over the radio shows and TV shows, and I mean, he made himself look like a freaking fool. His shifty-eyed little weird face, little weird pedo-looking face. I'm not saying he's a pedophile, but he just looks like a creep, don't he? So, that's dirt digging. That's legal. There's nothing wrong with that. Don Jr. did that in the Trump Tower. There's nothing wrong with him dirt digging. Everyone does it. If you run for office, political office, you're going to do some dirt digging. You're going to get it any way you can, whether it's foreign or domestic, whether it's intelligence, something like that along those lines. You're going to get dirt digging. There's nothing wrong with that. It's ridiculous. This is just a distraction to make stupid people that watch CNN make you think you're stupid, gaslight you, not let you remember this stuff. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. They're doing it on purpose. They think you're so dumb that you won't remember this. This is what the mainstream media thinks of you. It's like it's like Wells Fargo, banking Wells Fargo when they treat their customers like crap. I mean, why would you continue to bank with them? They have fraudulent identifications, fraudulent accounts. It's when it comes to big mega banks like that, you don't mess with them. When it comes to big news like that has known liars in it, why would you mess with it? Why would you even watch it? The only reason I watch it, this news stuff, is because for you guys to present this on the podcast, to present this on the page, on the Oversight page, on Facebook, and on YouTube here on the Justin Comer Show channel. Just so you can get a take on it, see what they're talking about, because I know it kills your brain cells to do it. Kills mine to do it too. But you know what? At the same time, it's kind of making me feel a little better, because it makes me feel like I sometimes I think I'm freaking stupid. I can't articulate. I can't figure this stuff out. But then I look at CNN and I'm like, damn, I must be light years ahead of these numbnuts. So without further ado, I'm going to play this clip and of ABC News. It's going to be short, saying that Trump says he might not alert FBI if info is offered on foreigners, which he doesn't need to. I'm going to roll this real quick and you take a look and let me know what you think.
Look on those polls he calls fake.
As we walked into the Oval Office, President Trump had already tweeted about new polls showing him behind the Democrats, clearly not happy.
Why does it bother you so much?
Because it's untrue. I like the truth. I'm actually a very honest guy. If I thought they were correct, I wouldn't be complaining at all. I understand that. It's like the witch hunt that goes on.
The Russia investigation, a topic he raised first and returned to again and again. As he spoke in the White House over on Capitol Hill, Donald Trump Jr. was arriving to testify again.
Are you here to correct your testimony?
Nothing to correct it.
Your son, Don Jr., is up before the Senate Intelligence Committee today, and again, he was not charged with anything. In retrospect, though,
by the way, not only wasn't he charged, if you read it, with all of the horrible fake news, I was reading that my son was going to go to jail. This is a good young man, that he was going to go to jail.
In June of 2016, just months before the election, Don Jr. received an email from a business associate promising dirt on Hillary Clinton from the Russian government. Don Jr.'s response, "If it's what you say, I love it." The conversation led to a meeting in Trump Tower that included the president's son, his son-in-law Jared Kushner, and a Russian lawyer. Don Jr. insists nothing came of it. And Special Counsel Robert Mueller concluded there was not enough evidence to charge a conspiracy between the Trump campaign and Russia.
And then the report comes out, and they didn't even say, they hardly even talked about it.
Should he have gone to the FBI when he got that email?
Okay, let's put yourself in a position, you're a congressman. Somebody comes up and says, hey, I have information on your opponent. Do you call the FBI? I don't think.
Coming from
I'll tell you
Russia,
what,
you do.
I've seen a lot of things over my life. I don't think in my whole life I've ever called the FBI. In my whole life. You don't call the FBI. You throw somebody out of your office, you do whatever you do.
Al Gore got a stolen briefing book. He called the FBI.
Well, that's different, a stolen briefing book. This isn't a stolen. This is somebody that said, we have information on your opponent. Oh, let me call the FBI. Give me a break. Life doesn't work that way.
The FBI director says that's what should happen.
The FBI director is wrong.
Your campaign this time around, if foreigners, if Russia, if China, if someone else offers you information on an opponent, should they accept it or should they call the FBI?
I think maybe you do both. I think you might want to listen. There's nothing wrong with listening. If somebody called from a country, Norway, we have information on your opponent. Oh, I think I'd want to hear it.
You want that kind of interference in our elections?
It's not an interference. They have information. I think I'd take it. If I thought there was something wrong, I'd go maybe to the FBI if I thought there was something wrong. But when somebody comes up with Oppo research, right? They come up with Oppo research. Oh, let's call the FBI. The FBI doesn't have enough agents to take care of it. But you go and talk honestly to congressmen. They all do it. They always have. And that's the way it is. It's called Oppo research.
So let's get back to George tonight. George, it's very clear the
So
race
yeah, you saw that. I don't know. I think Stephanopoulos is straight up out to get him. No doubt. Straight up, just ready to just pounce on the president politically whenever he can. Just beaming him. Don't you think this? Don't you think that? Don't you? Well, what about this? Well, that has nothing to do with what you asked, son. That has nothing to do with it. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. They think you're stupid. They think you have no memory. They think they can just get away with whatever they want, whenever they want, on television, whatever. It doesn't matter. That is their stated goal. And I mean, when Trump says they're the enemy of the people, just look at what they're asking. There's no logical rationality for it. Bill Clinton did this, and that has nothing to do with it, son. I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. It just makes no sense. So when I come back, we're going to have probably Jeff again. We're going to see if he can do a quick round of a phone interview here and see if we can get some insight on what he thinks about the whole Iranian deal and just the 2020 campaign and everything. And just how much they're lying and how much they're just trying to throw Trump under the bus now, make him look like he's going to collude again with the Russians or with any foreign government just because he could take dirt from a foreign government. Come on, please. They're changing the rules. They're bending the rules to put it in their favor to go against Republicans. So if any Republican takes, or libertarian, whatever candidate that's not a leftist, Democrat, socialist, commie takes dirt from a different country or different opposition, they're going to make them look like angels, while the Republicans are going to make them look like demons. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be opposition research, and that's totally normal. Guys, we'll come back real quick. We're going to talk about the debt and the border crisis that's happening. Every day there's crazy news about the border and what they're trying to do with the border. And if you want to see a more detailed version of what I talked about on the border, you can look at my video, How the Left is Making a Borderless America, on YouTube right now, and it's also on my oversight page on Facebook. So guys, we'll be right back to talk about the federal spending, how bad that's getting, and and we'll see if we can get Jeff on the line here to talk about the Iran situation over in the Gulf of Oman. We'll be right back, guys. Stay right here.